What's up YouTube, Capital G here. Got a couple of quick duels for you guys to check out. Small misplays have big consequences in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, especially when you use your disruptions on decks that's really, they still can have a lot of gas with one or two cards. Heroes is one of those decks, mainly because a hero lives. They can just, they don't have any monsters. They can pay half their life points, which usually doesn't matter because they're going to die if they don't get any field presence anyways, and they can summon whatever hero they want from the deck. Cyber Dragons are going second in this duel, and look at this, man. This Troll and Lockbird, I never realized how good this card is against heroes. I mean, you know that they pretty much always want to start their turn with either Stratos, Emergency Call, or maybe even reinforcements of the army. You simply let them get that search, then you hit them with the Troll and Lockbird, and no more searching for the rest of the turn. No Shadow Mist search, none of those other cards. You're basically donezo, and they end up with a lot of turn one boards that look like this. I mean, if you're a hero player and you think ending on Decimator plus Malicious is good, raise your hand, because I feel like no one thinks ideally this is the board for me, Cap G. I mean, maybe if you have a mass change, it's decent, but this is this is a trash turn, honestly. And with a hero lives, it's actually even worse because you really can't even activate that card. Anyway, Cyber Dragon player is going to be able to do all of his plays unopposed, other than, well, I guess DD Crow could do some work here, but he's definitely going to be able to get to Cyber Dragon Infinity. He could have maybe used DD Crow there and just kind of shotgunned and used the Crow on the Cyber Dragon, maybe, because the Cyber Rev system lets him special summon from hand or the graveyard. So if he had a Cyber Dragon in hand, he would still be able to resolve the card, but he didn't. So regardless, he is going to go ahead and finally use that DD Crow, which will get rid of the hurts. He will suck up his opponent's monster with the Cyber Dragon Infinity, and this was interesting. You thought maybe he might go for, I don't know, the Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, because that's usually what you see. But no, actually going to go for a Cyber Dragon fusion monster. Okay, I think if he, I don't know. I feel like if he popped the Malicious, does he just win the game right there? I actually think that he may have miscalculated the math right there. So maybe you guys can argue that was the first misplay and none of this should have happened because, yeah, or no, I think, hold on. Maybe he has to pop, yeah, he has to pop spells and traps. Okay, excuse me. So, all right, no miscalculations. I think Rampage Dragon has to pop spells and traps. Now, I think he was too loosey-goosey here with his disruptions. You've got the Cyber Dragon Infinity. He instantly negates a Rhoda. Okay, I guess I would have wanted my opponent to commit to the board. He is going to let him go Stratos. I really didn't get this. What exactly is a Stratos going to do that you actually care about? It's going to attack over your Verde Anaconda. Who cares? You're at 6,000 life points. What's that going to do? I feel like Stratos doesn't threaten you in any way, so why would you use your last disruption on it? And that opens the door up for a hero lives to actually be alive. If he would have just left the Stratos on field, the hero lives can't even resolve, which means none of this other stuff happens. And usually when they go Anki, they get the one card Shadow Mist and the mass change, then they go Anki, they get another mass change that leads to another attack, leads to Dark Law killing the Rampage Dragon, and just like that, the whole game is completely flipped off of one misplay. Cyber Dragon Core Search does not matter because you're going to lose that search to the Banish, and now you're, he can go for like a Link 3, but I don't know of a common Link 3 that can really out the Dark Law. It's Topologic Trish. Is that 2,400 or 25? I think it might be 2,500 attack on Trishbania. If he had that, maybe he'd be able to attack over it, but I don't think it would have mattered. I mean, look at the top deck. He top decked Fusion Destiny. So basically, Trishbina was probably going to end up getting destroyed anyways. And yeah, a couple small misplays here and there end up costing the Cyber Dragon player the game. I think the biggest misplay was destroying the Stratos with the Cyber Dragon trap. I don't think the Stratos does anything. It attacks over your Verde Anaconda, then who cares? You just suck it up in your next turn with Cyber Dragon Infinity and end up winning the game. All right, we got a Melfi's duel, and Melfi's it's an interesting deck. From what I've seen, people really tend to focus on Naturia Beast when playing this deck. I think it's kind of one of their go-to cards. A lot of times you're going to see it summon right there, but his opponent has Kaijus for days, and he's playing Time Lord. So I don't actually think Naturia Beast is all that strong in this specific matchup. I don't really get their whole summon during the end phase thing. Like, I don't really feel like it's a very good mechanic. I get the whole summon from the hand, but in the end phase just feels very, like, unrewarding, and then the archetype just feels slow and clunky to me. Anyways, Numeron Network. Okay, so he's going to go for, well, Numeron Wall in the Numeron Network, and you guys know what this is all about, but he's going to bounce it to his opponent's hand, and then for some reason he does not. I don't get, why didn't he just activate the effect of Numeron Network? He summons a Kaiju for some reason, and once he puts Jizukiru on board, he can't resolve Numeron Network because he has a monster on field. He keeps using this Melphase spell, basically to recycle back his resources and draw some cards, and then we see the fighting Daruma doll actually destroy the Numeron Network. So now he kind of lost his win con. Time Maiden will be hit with impermanence. A lot of people fall victim to this. They get their monster impermanence, right? A monster that tributes as a cost, and then they tribute it thinking that it's going to resolve, and it's like, bro, no. Your effect has already been negated. No one said your effect's just negated on field. Your effect's negated anywhere. So you're seeing right there, Time Maiden effect unsuccessful, and now all he has is that Jizukiru, which actually is protected by Mound of the Bound Creator from targeting and, from targeting and I think destruction effects, but doesn't mean you can't be bounced, or doesn't mean that you can't just get rid of the Mound of the Bound Creator and then proceed to target it. He has the Numeron Wall, but the problem is, again, his opponent has left that monster on field, and check this cheese out. Even he's busting out the Halifibrax play. What? Is this where we're at in Yu-Gi-Oh now, where even freaking Melphase is trying to go for some combos now? He's going to summon the X-Saber Air Bellum back in his deck. He's like, Cap, I really liked it in the beginning of the duel where I had the Naturia Beast. Let's go back to that. Now I don't even have to worry about Numeron Network, and he doesn't seem to want to attack at this point. So chances are he's just going to have that bounce to his hand. His opponent's going to go for a set rotation that will be negated. He's going to probably get the Jizukiru bounce, and then it's the green flag at that point, or the green light at that point, because his opponent's board is open. Do we have enough damage for game? Let's see, 28 plus 22, that's probably like 6,000 right there, so we only need about 2,000 more. Well, there's 1,900, so we only need 100 more. Okay, yeah, we got 3 monsters to give us 100 attack. That is definitely an OTK. Very poor play from this Kaiju deck. I mean, he opened up easily breaking the most menacing monster, which was the Naturia Beast. It's kind of sad that he wasn't able to capitalize off of any of that turn 1 momentum. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the duels, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.